Imagine the United States government just stops. Overnight. No pay, no services, confusion everywhere. What happens when the biggest system on Earth grinds to a halt? Subscribe now. Many lessons you will learn in this video. Please watch until end. On October 1st, 2025, at 12:01 a.m. EDT, the U.S. federal government entered a shutdown because Congress failed to pass the appropriations needed to fund many agencies. As a result, roughly 900,000 federal employees were furloughed, sent home without pay, and another 700,000 had to continue working but without immediate pay. Essential services like Medicare, Social Security, and air traffic control still operate, but many non-essential agencies, NIH, CDC, certain grants programs, have paused or scaled back. The core conflict, partisan disagreement over healthcare subsidies, foreign aid, and overall federal spending. This isn't new. The U.S. has seen multiple shutdowns over past decades. The concept of a shutdown first formally took root when Attorney General Benjamin Civiletti reinterpreted the Anti-Deficiency Act in 1980, saying agencies cannot legally spend money without congressional appropriations. For example, on May 1, 1980, the first such shutdown, though limited, hit the FTC for a day, 600 employees furloughed. Or the longest shutdown, December 2018, January 2019, 35 days, disrupting hundreds of thousands of workers and costing billions. During one past shutdown, air traffic controllers calling in sick became a major lever in the negotiations. Imagine, flights grounded not by storms, but by legislative gridlock. Also, in early shutdowns, politicians once missed deadlines because of barbecues and fundraising dinners. Yes, literally social events delayed funding bills. So here we are again, history repeating itself, but with higher stakes. When earthly systems fail, where do we turn? The Bible gives us guidance. Consider Romans 13:1. Let everyone be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. These verses remind us, human governments derive authority from God's permissive will. And even when those governments stumble or collapse, God's authority remains intact. Consider Korah's rebellion, recorded in the Bible, Numbers 16. Challengers tried to overthrow Israel's leadership, but God intervened to show who truly holds authority. This moment is an opportunity for spiritual lessons and practical action. Trust in God's stability. When earthly systems wobble, anchor your life in a kingdom that cannot be shaken. Pray for wisdom in leadership. Ask God to guide lawmakers, reduce pride, and promote unity for the public good. Act faithfully in your sphere. Even if national systems stall, we can still be reliable in our families, communities, workplaces. Speak hope, not fear. Encourage those affected, federal workers, those relying on services, with biblical assurance that God is before, behind, and through all crises. Also, this is a reminder that God cares about order. Chaos is not his design. He calls leaders to stewardship, and he holds them accountable. So here's where you come in. Which verse stood out to you today? If the government shuts down, but God doesn't, what does that teach you about where you place your trust? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk. And don't forget, subscribe so you don't miss our next take on life, culture, and faith, unless your comment section suddenly disappears too.